Great. So it's a new day here, and then here is Roulette level once again, one-on-one with RNG. Okay. So this is version 2017, as I said, and then we are putting it to the maximum test as you can. You know, this is not actually the test is not important. We have just started to play with the software, and then we are making money. That is it. So here I started with a bankroll of 1K. That's most of the time what you can start in this type of casinos. They can allow you to start with a maximum of 1K per section, and then I do like it because the table limit is very good. The downside is actually don't have much to bet it because if I could deposit with 2K and then start off with let's say €1, so sometimes move to €2 per minimum bet, that could have been very great. But anyway, it's good to go with. So here you can see we start off by inputting numbers to the software usually, and as you can see, some of them just begin to win because the winning is made to win, so there's no way. As soon as you see the green there, is won. You know. So this section, the goal was to make 100% of our initial bankroll. I mean, we started with 1K and we have to end it with 2K. Yes, so we are doubling up our initial bankroll, and it's the full section, no edits. I haven't cut anything off. Everything is inside there, so keep watching and enjoy it. Sometimes I go down, sometimes I go up. There's a couple of things maybe you might not understand when you watch, but when you hit me back, tell me the exact point, I can explain what happened there because I have everything registered in my head, believe me. Bear with that. So that is it. So here I think I even forgot to open my calculator, so I'm opening it. I used to play with manually. When I play, I used to do the calculation manually, but I used to have this kind of Excel file. I used to do the calculation for those of you who don't actually know how to do it. So sure, you can use the software, an Excel file to do the calculation automatically. It's not a problem. For me, as of now, I actually don't use that thing. I play what I calculate. Sometimes I had to get a bit concentrated because looking at the numbers, doing the calculation at the same time, it's not easy. But I try to manage up. It's not a bigger problem. Okay. Sometimes I used to. You can see most of the times if you watch it closely, you can see that sometimes I don't win as I'm supposed to win. Maybe I go a bit down. This is because I am not concentrating on the calculation. Actually, no, at the end I'm going to make the profit. That is how I play. So it's a style of play. I mean, you can choose to win everything you want to make any single profit you want, or you can choose to minimize some of things and then minimize the bet and still come along with profit. So you can see a couple of things here, and I had everything won. Left with one prediction which hasn't won. But as I said, I make sure every single prediction the software has given is winning. I don't want anything like this Passover. No. I am showing you everything is won. And sometimes if you are looking at it very closely, I win. I use my mouse to hover there, making sure you people are looking at it. And then I rebate the same numbers because I still want to tell you that I can win more from those numbers, you know. Yeah, so that is it. You keep to it, and then maybe you keep to enjoy. You see how wins are coming. So this kind of this section I could have even started with €1 as a minimum bet and maybe go for 200% of our initial bankroll, €2,000. But it couldn't have been easy because sometimes you have to wager let's say €300 if you are not really sure of what you're doing. You can do it, yes, because you begin to have those kind of emotions. But as I said, when you begin to use the software for the initial start, let's say for 2-3 sections, you'll be having this feeling that wow, it's very risky. I got many numbers that I'm betting here, and there's a probability that this number is not coming. Believe me, if the casinos are playing fair game with you, you are beating the RNG. This is beating. You tell me we can win this software any day we want to play. But it doesn't only take the software to let you win. You understand? You take a good mindset, a good habit, a bit concentrated. You understand? Because if you are not concentrated on the numbers, sometimes you can look at me. Even though I used to do multiple tasks at the same time, I remember this section. I was supposed to bet 1 or 2 numbers, which I think I left it off, and then that number won. That wasn't a problem because I really know I had a nice to win, so I had to back off with let's say €1 as a minimum bet, and I recovered that lost. It's actually not a loss. It's what I call a negative profit because I'm in profit and I got a bit down, so that is not a loss. I'm in a negative profit, so I had to back up there and then get it done. So here you can see that is it. And I used to tell you people, everything as you see here is multiplied by 10 or divided by 10, because if you are playing with €1 and you are placing a bet of €300 per spin, that means if you were playing 50 cents, it could have been €150, and then 10 cents could have been €30. That's how I always repeat this. So you have to be able to actually know your bankroll, and then you know your bankroll, you know the table limit, which is very good thing to take into consideration, because if you actually don't know your table limit, how to manage the table limit, believe me, is a big problem. Because when you start out a session like this, and the table limit just make you lost, because it is being calculated, believe me, it is being calculated mathematically. So if you don't respect these rules, you already lost even before you begin to start a session. The casinos themselves don't know actually this thing. That's why they are not going to allow you to wager €1 billion per section. Understand? People could have done that. People could have deposited, let's say, €20,000 and bet with €100 per number, and maybe on a straight up you can bet €1,000. But there's no way casino can allow you, because they know actually people are good to play, and then if they allow that thing, it's going to be a big problem. Understand? So they limit us into that level, but anyway, we can still manage to win. How? So that is it. Here, this session lasted for 2 hours 17 minutes. Yes, the full length without the speed is 2 hours 17 minutes. So with the speed, it just shrink the length, and then it's the same thing. Nothing is left out here. So without the speed, everything is there, and then it's 2 hours 17 minutes, as I said, and then with the speed, it came out around 1 hour, so 1 hour or so. I'm not really sure. So that is it, because you can't spend 2 hours here watching the same section every time. People don't actually have time, believe me. So that is it. So you keep watching this session. I'm not talking to the end of this video, because I'm really tired after this session. I have to do 1 or 2 things, and then so that is it. So hope to see you inside there, and maybe in the middle of the session I'll be talking to 1 or 2 things to take note of it. So hope you enjoy, and then see you inside. That's Roulette Sniper out. So if you're still here until now, you can see we managed to make at least 160 euros for the first minute, and you can see as I keep playing, the software keep winning, you know. So every green you see there is a win. Anytime the predictions tend to green, that is a win if you haven't noticed that. And I actually can't say much about it because you might believe, you might not understand. Yes, you might not understand what is happening here because it's very complex. I can tell you, it's very complex. So you can see wins there. You know what is happening here? Every prediction, as I used to say, is independent from one another, and one prediction can be equal to the other one. So maybe the first prediction might have the same numbers, not all exactly the same, but some of these numbers might be in the other one. So there's no escape. I mean, there's no escape for RNG. You know, we block it everywhere, and that is it. In this, if you have been watching most of the videos that I published recently, you can see I am doing one thing, only one thing. But that is not the only way to use the software, right? You have a couple of 4 to 5 ways to use the same software, right? So maybe I might be making a video on how to apply all the way to all the way down. I mean, all the possible ways you can use the software. Now, all the videos you currently be looking, I'm using one only specific way because you are only changing when something is happening. I mean, when your wins become to your wins begins to delay. I mean, let's say you're supposed to win in the next 4 or 5 spins, and then now it is turning to 11, something like that. So begin to wager higher, and that is where you begin to apply the next way to use the software. That's why I'm not using it any of that because the first mode is still winning, and I don't have a problem with that. But some people might ask, so how do I determine when to shift to the next one? I will tell you exactly when to shift there because I actually have everything prepared, and then I'm fully prepared outside there to let you know that it is possible to determine that something is going on to the casino. This is mostly happening to online players, you know, like those who used to play with the software 1-in-1 RNG. But if you are playing with a live dealer, everything that is happening there is natural. Nothing is being tricked out, something like that. You're all playing the same numbers in a live dealer, and then there's nothing that is happening to you. So you can use the first mode to play on a live roulette as much as you want or as long as you want. But once you sit in front of the software 1-in-1, you and the RNG, there you have to apply all the way to play it, you know, because when you begin to play, there are two things that is happening here. It's either you're winning the software is winning you, and then, you know, as we are trying to make some money from the casinos also are trying to make money from us. So there becomes a challenge, you know, who wins. That is it. But sometimes, if you're good enough, you are able to go ahead and ahead of the casino because I actually don't know, it's casino against the whole public, you know. So there are fucking guys outside there who are very talented, who can play very well, and then they can win. So you got to know who you are dealing with outside there. So the software also try to learn exactly what you're doing, and then you try to play the opposite. So that is why sometimes you see you're using the correct system that you got online or you developed on your own, and sometimes you went to some point and bam, you lost. Because you actually just looking at the system, you don't actually see what is coming there. The numbers that are coming one after the other are telling you some things that you actually don't know because you haven't learned anything about RNG, you don't know anything about randomness, you just play the system and you go. That is not how it's supposed to be done. So then take a look to what is happening here. So you see here, I got 3 wins, and then I had the first one hasn't won yet, so I might go on and then keep on playing, you know. And that is it. Here we are into 215 euros. Which isn't bad. It's just 20% of the initial bankroll. You can leave here and then go. You made it, bro. You just made 200 euros in a couple of 1 hour. It's fine. You can leave. But the other thing is, I used to say, no amount of money can ever make you wealthy. That is what I used to say, because the more you win, you want to win more. That is what is happening here. So that is a challenge. And then when you use this kind of software and then you keep winning, it's very difficult to quit. You understand? If you don't actually, if you are not actually, let's say, disciplined, you don't know when to quit, because it looks like you keep on winning, so you got to win all the money you lost for the rest of your life. So you are winning. That is a downside here, because you actually don't know what is happening. You are winning, and then if you actually don't have a goal when you are going to stop, you keep on playing until you collapse in front of the table. Because yes, sometimes when I play personally, because I train very well, I can play. I had to play. It was around 2011. Yeah, 2011. On One Life Casino, I remember I played a continuous session for 11 hours. Yes, those years I don't record anything. Who cares? I'm just playing and winning. So what am I to record to? So I was just playing. I played 11 hours continuous for the whole day. I was just in front of the computer, and then I was boom winning. I was winning. I played 11 hours, believe me. And you know what? I was seriously tired. So that is what is happening here. If you know how to play and you are winning, and you actually are not disciplined, you end up losing, because you got to lose concentration at some point. You understand? You collapse. So yeah. So when you actually you are playing, you have to have a goal that, well, for this section I made 50 euros. I left. I'm going, and I might come back tomorrow. Because when you keep on playing, maybe, yeah. One of I used to know one guy who is also a very good professional. He used to say that playing roulette is just like any activity. It's like any other activity. You have to train yourself before you can get to the field, because that's why when you open the casino, you have fun mode and real mode. So in fun mode, you can train yourself to know exactly your limit before you go to the real money, because real money, bro, there's no way you're going to mistake. If you mistake, you lost. That is it. There's no way you're going to find the money back, because once you lost, the casino take the money, and that is it. So before you can play for continuous 4 hours, you have to be able to train yourself to play in fun mode for 8 hours continuous before you can do that on real money. Because real money, there is more tension. You have to do the calculation. You have to make sure the numbers are coming. You have to make sure you place the right numbers. Maybe you are playing on a live casino. You have to make sure you are able to place the bet before the table closes. You understand? This software work anywhere. You want to play with a live casino, go ahead, do it. You want to play with RNG, do it. You want to play with fun mode, do it. There is no change here. It doesn't care about anything. You just look at what I'm doing here. The numbers that you see me inputting, the numbers, I'm not going for new numbers to input. I just use the old numbers and I input, and they still win. I can input the number in any order, from the top to the bottom, from the bottom to the top, anyhow I want, just to make sure a certain condition hasn't happened. Then I begin to place the bet. So what are you saying there? Who are you going to track? Don't track anybody down here. This is RNG, and we have beaten RNG. Understand? Yeah, it is possible to do it, but make sure you actually know what you're doing there, because it's easy to overcome the RNG. Yes, because it's not like it is playing many ways. People used to say the RNG has many ways to play. It don't has any many ways to play. It has only the specific principle it used to play. That is it is using here. It is not using any other phrases or something like any other mode to play. It is using the same formula to generate the numbers. That is it. But the fact is, you have to think of another thing instead of randomness. You understand? Don't just think of random. Just think of another thing. I don't know how I'm going to. I'm not going to explain anything in this video. But this number that you see there, it is random, right? And that is how it behaves. So don't tell me, oh, I was playing and then it changed the way it is playing. It is not changing any way it is playing. It is doing its own thing. If you are not doing the right thing, bro, you lost. That is it. So you just here in roulette levels, we are following the behavior of RNG. So any way it behaves, we are there. That is it. Because when you think of randomness, you just have to think it's random. You understand? Just believe it. It's random. That is it. So if you want to find a system that plays bet based on a certain condition during the series of spins, you lost, because at a point, at another series of spins, that same system that won that part series is not going to win the future turns, because you are placing bet based on a sequence, right? So let's say you have some sequences that is appearing and your system won, fine, you're gone. What of the next sequence that is going to come? Is your system going to be the next sequence? And what of the other sequence? And what of the other sequences too? Whenever I've gone to the casino, and you see the same numbers like 6, 25, 8, 10, and then tomorrow you came back, or let's say next year you came back and you saw the same sequence again. It is not happening. What has come is gone. There are new things to come. So you have to make sure the system you're using is able to fit any condition the RNG is giving you. So here is dynamic. You understand? If you have static system, like you are supposed to play, when you see the number 8, the number 11, the number 32, you have to begin to place bet on 2. You are using statistics. Believe me, you are going to lose in the future. Here I don't care about probabilities, and I'm not using probabilities. I'm not using statistics here. It's a different thing altogether, bro. Just forget about statistics, forget about different patterns, forget about forget about everything you know. Just look at it, place bet and win. We are doing anything random, so the system is random, the software is random, and it's one-on-one roulette levels with RNG. Believe it or not, it's been done. Yes, I promised years back that I'm coming out with a software that I am trying to make it work, that it is possible that I can predict the number to come in a single spin. RNG, it is possible. I had a solution, but very good challenge there, so I'm not all that sure, because I don't want to come out with something like I said it's 100% and then it's boom, next spin you're going to win. That would be a very great hack, but I am not doing that for now. At least I got to tap up for some time, and then this is the best you have. I'm saying this 2017 because for this release I am giving away every system I have for free, but not to everyone. You understand? I'm giving it out for free, but not to everyone. So if you hear while you said you are giving your system for free, so I'm coming for the system. I'm not gonna give you. You understand? It's not for everyone to play roulette and win. Yes, because I'm giving out everything. I am giving out everything for free, just for you to see that for the years back you did the work, you did a great work, and then those systems are winning. They are winning. But here is something that has not happened before. I won't talk much. I don't want to talk much because you can watch this and see how I'm placing bet. And imagine if I was using €1. Yes, if I was using €1, I could have won just €600 per spin. Who cares? That is €600. If you want to win €2,000, you have to be able to wager €600, because there's no such thing as something for nothing. You play what you win, and it is multiplied by 10 or divided by 10. If you want to win €2, you play with 10 cents, 3, 4, 5 spins, you win €2 you left. If you want to win €2,000, you have to play long, you have to play higher bet, and you win. No one is going to give you anything for cheap. You understand? So that is it. If you see me in this section, I'm placing a maximum bet of €250. That's what I did here. So that means if I was placing always €1, that could have been €500 per spin, boom, and I was winning €2,000 per section. Yes. So I gotta leave you watch this. I don't actually have much time to record also long to the end of the video. I don't have much to say. Just watch the video and enjoy yourself. If you have something to do, just hit me back on Skype maximum. I can get back to you. If I don't respond, basically I'm busy. I'm not minding anyone there, because anything you do, people don't like you. You understand that? People actually hate you just because they don't actually listen to themselves. And then most of the time people tend to know everything. You understand? I used to see this in most of the video because I have many experiences there. When you begin to give something to the world, people might begin to criticize you. You understand? Just go to YouTube and watch some good sounds that people sat down, they wrote a sound, they made a music, and it is working. It's very nice. You enjoy, and so many people will hit on the dislike button. They dislike it. I don't know this kind of people who they are, because there are some sounds that outside of that. When I see someone hitting dislike, I don't know what the color of that person. Maybe or just a bold. Maybe it's not a human being that was doing that, because I actually don't know what is wrong with it. But people might get something to criticize you. So that is it. If you really believe you know how to play more than I do, go the deposit the money, win and show us, and let's see how you're good at it. You understand? But if you believe you are not also good and you want people to help you win, it is possible people are going to help you, but in exchange you are going to pay these people, because there's no such thing as something for nothing, you know. Yes, if I'm telling you the hours I use in developing this and the calculation that I'm doing on my own, you won't believe it. But if you want to win 1,000 euros per section, as I'm doing here, you're supposed to pass through that. You understand? Yes, you're supposed to pass through that. So it pays the price for that time to be spent to win this money, and then that is it. Because this information is not easy that I can pass off to someone that, oh guy, bro, develop this program for me and I'll pay you this. I had to come up with my own way to develop the program myself, even though it's not really professional, but it does what I wanted to do. Because I didn't want to pass the information to other people to do it for me, because there are some information you just don't have to go out to the public. Believe me, it's very risky when you get out to bad guys' hands. So keep enjoying, and then hope to the end of the video, and then hit me back if you really like it. See you inside there. Stay blessed. Roulette Slavos out. you.